The history of blood magic. Origins of an art shrouded in mystery. But if we are to indulge in this past, then first one might require to consider what it is. Most schools of Arcanum will tell you to not utilize the term hemomancy, for they deem it incorrect. But blood magic as we know it today might very well have all right to be called hemomancy, even if, to the scholars of Arcanum, that is akin to if you told a knight's academy to start referring to bar fighting as a legitimate form of battle. Technically, you could derive some form of style through it, but to call it anything but brutish would be foolhardy. Yet, hemomancy is what it is today, since Solrich Kavust, the first hemomancer of the modern form. The legend of this figure to the blood mages is shrouded in layers of interpretative mystery and lies. We can only glimpse at it, but as the legend goes, blood magic has been around for a long time. However, before the progenitor known as Solrich Kavust, it was not anything other than mortals occasionally stumbling upon some scraps of lore about how to cast a few spells and then using these to admittedly devastating results, but nothing to the degree which a modern hemomancer may be able to conjure up. Blood magic has always come not from the prime material nor any of the prime planes. Instead, its origins lies beyond the hypothetical void that lies beyond the astral plane. Its origins are with the vile monsters. These creatures have innate ability within this art, some to degrees which mortal dare not even consider themselves able to do. As the legend has it, Solrich Kavust was the victim of an incursion of such creatures, was in the way of the slaughter laid out by them. But seeing one of these monsters step forth, wings folded back jointed legs stepping over dead bodies, puddles of blood. Seeing how it manipulated the vital fluids within the bodies of other mortals, as well as forming spikes from his own veins, Solrich didn't run, nor did he stand to have some final stand. No, instead what this mortal did was tell the Vire, I offer you a deal. You could strike me down, but let me give you something else. Rather than striking me down, let me ask you a riddle, O monster. If you pass it, then I am yours to do it as you please. But if you do not, teach me your arts. The Vire accepted this challenge with a grin. though they also added a second addition to it.
I like your wit, mortal, but let me add. I shall also give you a riddle, should I not pass yours. If you succeed in it, then I shall stay and be your tutor for as long as I need. If not, I will simply teach you my art and then be on my way. Solricht accepted this deal.
And as sorrowful as it makes me to convey, the riddle has been lost to time. The exact wordings of the riddle are lost to time, but the answer was recorded, and from it we piece together a potential phrasing used by this ancient blood mage. The riddle that I shall tell you today goes as follows. I rise with the morning, I fall with the dusk. I fight with all my might, yet my efforts are forgot. What am I? Now, the Vair are monsters, you must know. They do not comprehend quite what this is. And though the one before Solricht was of a scholarly clan, they could not figure out the simple answer. Mortal. Once Solricht gave this answer, the Vair grinned, for even though they were not clever enough to see it by themselves, once told, they could piece together how it made much sense, especially in this realm rather than its own. Mortals fought rather than laid it down and died. The Vair applauded Solricht's wit. Then came to speak its own riddle, one which even more so is shrouded in mystery, some even saying that it was spoken in the language of the Vair themselves. And so, even the answer is split. The riddle which I choose convey to you today is:
My might flows through each creature, granting power to my mind. And with my every beat, I crush foe to a bloody pulp. The cage, a shell which shall never fall.
The answer was one of two. It's unknown if the Vair had thought of two, or if Solricht's answer was even the one often proclaimed it was. It is said by many that the answer the Vair had thought of was their name. What Solricht, according to these people, answered was your heart. The Vair grinned. Though a monster, they honor a deal, and a deal had been struck. And so, Solricht Kavust became the first hemomancer, the progenitor of a new art. Many ask themselves where he is now. Some say he must be dead, for he is not the sanguine monarch of Udar-Vex, the sanguine city. And that title has changed hands many a time, and why wouldn't the progenitor of this art be there? Another theory is that he was made consanguinity, a vampire, or perhaps even more. Perhaps he joined the ranks of the Vair and now resides within Vaipira, that disturbing realm of their kin. As for my theory, I would hold my judgment till more knowledge is presented, till some tale comes forth which will let us know more. I follow the methodology laid out by the progenitor of our art. As lawkeepers, I can do nothing but follow the teachings of he who was Resurgermus. Praised be how he was, dressed in our blue robes. Blessed be his rest, entombed in the dark. Sharing our progenitor with the necromancers. An honor, for their art is great. A sorrow to us both that he must be entombed for his crimes.